all the teams finished with the same number of points. 4 points from the first and the group to the last. Ukraine 4 points, Slovakia 4 points.
That goes to tell you that Ralf Rangnick has always been a good coach. He's always been there. He's always been able to perform when most needed. So, and he has shown it again in this tournament for him to have gotten Austria to win that group.
Exactly. They didn't just qualify; they won the group ahead of France and Netherlands. This is
yes.
Nobody would have put a time on this one. So yeah. That is why we watch this game. You don't go to sleep and just call a game and go to sleep. No, you wake up to the biggest surprise of your last time. Like Johnny said, when you think you have seen it all, the game just tears you up with trauma and the drama. And that we saw it. Transit TV, welcome back again to our Euro 2024 studios. The group stages have been concluded today, and we remember, our viewers remember, we made our predictions on the teams that will make it to the knockout stage. We got some right and some very surprising qualifiers to this one. We'll run through those now and kind of look at the possibilities going forward. It looks like there are going to be some surprises in this tournament, though some of the big guns are still there and they're powering on. My brother, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Reggie. It's a pleasure again to be on Transit as we continue our coverage of the Euros and Copa America and all things football.
Yes. Today we saw Portugal, bow to a surprise 2-0 loss to Georgia. Many might think because they are already qualified, regardless of what happened in that game, they have won the group stage. But if you really watch the game, you could see that Portugal did everything within their powers to try to overturn that result, but it was not to happen. And this is why we remember the last episode, we said this is the reason why this game is a very, very beautiful sport that you can't really call it when, like I said the last time, Peter Jory said, when you think you have seen it all, the game just tears you up with trauma and the drama. And that we saw again today. And a very funny one, I don't know if this has happened before. The other group, I think is Group E, all the teams finished with the same number of points. 4 points from the first and the group to the last. Ukraine 4 points, Slovakia 4 points, Romania 4 points, and Belgium 4 points. But from that group, 2 people have to go, and best loser. So let's run through the groups and see how it panned out. Group A, we have Germany, Hungary, Scotland, and Switzerland. And if you remember, both of us who said it was going to be Germany and maybe Scotland. And the reality is that...
No, I didn't predict. I couldn't have predicted Scotland ahead of Switzerland.
Okay, Switzerland. Okay, yeah.
Did I say
right.
Scotland?
I say Scotland. You say Swiss. Yeah, you always Switzerland. And that panned out that way. Yeah. Germany, Switzerland, and there's no best loser in that group. How did you see that group pan out? How did you enjoy that group? Was there any...
No, I thought the games were competitive. Scotland were a bit of a disappointment. They usually have great fighting spirit, but it just didn't have the quality for this tournament. And they lost Kieran Tierney, one of their best defenders, pretty early to injury. So they just didn't seem to have that fight that they usually bring to the table. And so it was easy to dispense with them. I thought Switzerland and Germany lived up to expectations. Germany, as the host country, have been quite committed. You see committed performances from them, considering the results they had before the tournament started. Switzerland have been solid, like they usually are. Actually, I read a record today. For the past 6 international tournaments that Switzerland have attended, they've gone past the first round.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. Yes. Yeah,
so and matter of fact, right now,
tells you something.
I really rate them high, and I won't be surprised if they do pull off some surprises, because just like you contrast to Scotland, they have and just like Germany, they have this committed performance and show every time they show on the pitch. There is a unison in their attitude and their commitment to the cause, and they go out there. They don't really. You may not say they have eye-catching talents, but players who are solid in what they have, who know what they came to the pitch to do, and they deliver it, and just go out. So I won't be surprised if they go all the way to a reasonable point in this tournament. But and they're going to meet. Let me see. The next game is going to be.
Who are you talking about? Switzerland?
Switzerland. Yeah,
they meet Italy next.
Yeah, they're going to play Italy. And that's going to be a hell of a match to watch. To be honest, I don't rate Italy as favorite in that one. Anything can happen in that game. Then Group B.
Yeah, what will happen is that Switzerland will eliminate Italy. That's what will happen.
Yeah, we'll go to the games. Let's look at the groups. We'll run to the games. Then Group B, you have Albania, Croatia, Italy, and Spain. And of course, we know Spain and Italy qualified from that group. Croatia I say surprise to win this tournament. They didn't really. I wasn't sure they're going to make it, but still, they look like they were not really strong. I know we talked about two days ago about the generation, winding up, but still, I don't know. Were you impressed with their show, or did they expect what happened to them to happen?
I think they kind of lived up to my expectations. I thought from the last tournament, the way they performed showed me that they were on the decline.
Yeah.
Right. I think they've left it. Yeah. They haven't had the conduit of talent to replace their golden generation, and they've had the same coach there. When you have one person there for a very long time, diminishing returns start to set in. And that's one of my worries for France in this tournament, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, and you're completely correct on that one. And what happens with that too is, obviously, the coach gets used to or trust certain players. They find it difficult to start look at new players coming into the fold, and that denies the country or the team the opportunity to see new talent and trust them.
Right.
And sometimes too, regardless of how, that's why the best are the people the people always ask him, how do you find the motivation to keep, having that level of passion? It's not everybody that has it. After a while, you will just get started in the game and feel that, what you did last year will still work for you this year. And sometimes, most times, it doesn't really work out like that. So, like we said the last time, is for them to go back, regroup, and probably find a new coach to start a new way and find new talents. Group C, Denmark, England, Serbia, and Slovenia. Yeah, in this one, we had a surprise. I don't know what you predicted. I think we predicted England and Denmark.
Yeah. On
this one, it panned out so. But Slovenia is a surprise, qualifying as one of the best losers into the round of 16. Right. And Serbia, surprisingly, were very abysmal. I think they had just 1 point in this tournament, and they are gone home. I don't know what your feelings are on that group.
I agree. I think that Slovenia surpassed my expectation. If there was anyone I would have predicted to come in as best losers, it probably would have been Serbia, considering the talent that they have at their disposal. But the same thing happening to Croatia is applicable to Serbia. Their golden generation is getting old. Milinkovic Savic, with this guy that used to strike for Milosevic, that used to strike for Fulham. The only younger ones there are probably Vlahovic and the few other guys that are there. Tadic played for Southampton, captain Ajax. He's also on the decline.
It's been a long time, bro.
So
he was Southampton a long time. I think maybe almost 10 years ago.
So you can understand
he played
why.
For Liverpool as well.
Yeah, he played for Liverpool as well. Yes. So you can understand why they are going down, you know.
Yeah. I think Serbia is gone, like you said. The generation is gone. They need to regroup and probably find a new coach and start fresh again. So Slovenia,
Mm.
their next game is going to be against. Let me see. Well, we'll get to the games. We'll get to the games. Let's just stick with the group stages. Then the next group, Group D, is Austria, France, Netherlands, and Poland. For me, this one is the biggest surprise of the tournament. Nobody would have thought that Netherlands and France won't come top on this one. But surprisingly, Austria finished top of this group.
No, I didn't get the people in the group. Who
Austria,
again?
France, Netherlands, and Poland. And Austria top
Man,
the group.
quite surprising.
This is the
Yeah,
biggest of the tournament.
quite surprising. Yes. So, please, can you give me just a few seconds, please? I need to take a call. Sorry, just a
Yeah,
second.
go ahead, go ahead. Yeah, so our viewers,
Okay.
this group D, happened to be the group of with the biggest surprise for this tournament. Austria won 2 games, topping the group, and followed by France, and Netherlands kept coming fourth. It was really a surprising. This is a team that many would have thought would end as the last in the group. I felt so myself. I don't know where this performance came from, but I don't know if you out there expected it. If you did, let me know and let us know why you think Austria would have achieved what they have achieved in the tournament. And France somehow have not also lived up to the expectation. I thought they would have cleaned out this group, at least win 2 games and probably draw against the Netherlands. But somehow they only won 1 game, and that was against Poland, and drew 2. I don't know. How did you see this group?
It was a surprising group to me. Like you mentioned, I thought France were going to sweep the group, but for some reason they didn't quite live up to expectation. They just really. I think it's the same thing that's happening to other countries. The Deschamps is probably his time to leave France has come. I think he's still sticking on to the same players. He's not recycling the way he's supposed to, and there are prima donnas in the team, and so it's hard for him. And their play is so tentative. They are not using the offensive talents they have. Just the same thing happening to England. They are not dominating, commensurate with the talents that they have and the successes that their players have experienced. So, yeah, Austria, man, what a surprise package. That goes to tell you that Ralf Rangnick has always been a good coach. He's always been there. He's always, been able to perform when most needed. So, and he has shown it again in this tournament for him to have gotten Austria to win that group.
Exactly. They didn't just qualify; they won the group ahead of France and Netherlands. This is
Yes.
nobody would
Yes.
have put a dime on this one. So yeah, that is why we watch this game. You don't go to sleep and just call a game and go to sleep. No, you wake up to the biggest surprise of your life when you do that in this sport. The next group will be Group E: Belgium, Romania, Slovakia, and Ukraine. Of course, like I mentioned before, this group is a very unique group. Everybody ended the group with 4 points. You win 1, you draw 1. You win 1, you draw 1. But somehow Romania managed to win the group. Belgium came second. Slovakia qualified on as best loser with 4 points and 0 goal difference. Ukraine with 4 points minus two goal difference are headed home. How do you look at this one?
Ukraine,
Romania,
Slovakia, and who again?
Romania. Ukraine, Romania, Belgium, and Slovakia. Yeah, this one is a very surprising group, very unique. Like I said earlier on, they all had.
Hello, are you there?
Yeah, go ahead. You're back.
Okay, yeah. So Belgium are a massive disappointment, honestly. I don't know who they play next, but we'll get to that. Belgium have been really disappointing to me in this tournament. They haven't played well at all. I think Slovakia have held their own. Ukraine, of course, with everything that they've been through and everything happening with them, I wasn't expecting so much from them. So they are, I'm not surprised that they got eliminated. But Slovakia have done really well. Belgium have managed to, qualify by the skin of their teeth. Romania, neither here nor there. I don't think they will go past the next round.
Yeah, definitely. But though they won the group, though, at least for me and for their fans, that's something to be celebrated. I'm not sure anybody gave them a chance in that group to win.
Right.
Maybe their group to qualify one way or the other, but for them to win the group, that should be their own trophy for the tournament. If they go past the round of 16, then that will be a bonus to them for the tournament, considering what they have. But again, we have seen a few surprises in the tournament already. You never can tell. Things could just change quickly, and all of a sudden, they find themselves in a fantasy land. Then the last group, Portugal, Turkey, Georgia, and Czechia. Portugal understandably won the group, but they were so shocked today as Georgia beat them 2-0 in a very comprehensive and a very tactically superior manner. Yes, Portugal had the ball, but Georgia, of course, approached the game in a way that is very, very, very intentional, and they got the result they deserved and qualified as best losers in that group.
I was watching England, or no, who was it that was playing? Oh, actually, it was Copa. I was watching the game between Canada and Peru last night. Canada were beating Peru 1-0, with Peru being a man down. And they were so careless with the ball, playing on the defensive, inviting Peru to attack them. For the last 10, 15 minutes, it felt like the team that was a man down were dominating, almost scoring against the team that were winning 1-0. So today's game for Georgia versus Portugal was a sharp contrast, right? When you are a team and you are even an underdog playing a much more established team and you're beating them 2-0 and you're playing on the front foot, I mean, I was really, really impressed.
And had chances to score more goals. Created more chances. They didn't just, like Riley said, they didn't just score 2 goals, pack the balls, and try to see the game out. They are actually really playing the game. Even though there was a chance that if Portugal equalized or something, they will go out. But they are confident in possession, strong in duels. And for me, Portugal did everything possible to win that game, or at least get a draw. But it didn't come. And if there was anybody that was, though they had a few chances as well, but by balance of play and chances, quality of chances created, Georgia had every reason and every right to win that game, and so it panned out. And again, this it supports what we've been saying in this.
I'm hoping.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that I'm hoping that Arsenal, being my club, they have their eyes open. I think we should buy at least one player from Georgia. Their team is loaded with ballers with heart. Honestly, I know that their main man, Antonio Conte, just came out today and said it's not for sale for any price. They're not going to let him go anywhere. But if you check their whole team, comfortable in possession, confident, moving the ball, mobile, I think more of their players should be playing for the top sides in Europe.
And that was what Portugal struggled with. Sometimes when you think you're superior to a team, you're a little bit careless or a little bit nonchalant in duels, or you think you can overpower. But these guys surprised Portugal with the way they took care of the ball with the way
Right.
they did the transition and played together as a team. They had a very good,
Right.
very good goalkeeper as well. Like you
Oh,
mentioned,
yeah.
Arsenal is looking for a third. Maybe Ramsey will move on this summer. That guy probably would be a good shot for second choice keeper for Arsenal going to next season or any team in Europe. Looking for goalkeepers. Yeah, they have a very strong team, and the next game is against Spain. So that takes us into the knockout round of 16 fixtures. Our viewers, let us know this. Did you expect the people that qualify from these groups? Are there any surprises from your point of view? Which team surprised you, or we are surprised qualifiers into the round of 16 for you? And which ones we are surprised exit from the group stage into the round of 16? Let us know in the comment section what your predictions were with regards to those that will make it to the round of 16.